Okay, we're on. My name is Martin. I'm a guy who likes coffee, and less importantly, I'm also a medical student and life science researcher based here in Singapore. And today I'll just show you how I make my coffee in the afternoon. It's a warm Saturday afternoon, and I'm feeling like having a shot of espresso. No milk, because I usually don't have milk in the afternoon, and usually prefer my espresso straight. It's quite delicious once you've gotten used to it, and it's just something to enjoy. So I started off with heating my kettle. I usually boil my water all the way to 100 degrees, and this is my Flair 58. It's a manual lever espresso that's really good at pulling shots, really tasty shots for the price. And this is the version that allows you to heat up the group head, which is over here. So now that's already currently being heated up. So the first thing I'll do is I'll dose my coffee. I usually dose in about 18 grams of coffee, through which I pass about 40 to 42 grams of water. And many consider this a sort of traditional ratio. I like the profile that I get out of it. It's very approachable, it's easy, there's a lot of nice crema. But people have talked about lower pressure extractions with faster shots, ugly shots that really taste nice and interesting. But to be honest, it's a Saturday afternoon. I just want to relax and drink a good cup of coffee, so none of that for today. I think to begin experimenting, you have to be ready to taste shit coffee. So 18 grams, a bit of spritz, prevent that filled up. I'm using the Eureka single dose, set quite finely. So this is a flapper grinder that gives a good grind distribution profile for espressos. Coffee is here. Very nice. Oh, and I'm drinking a washed Colombian. It's an Omni roast, as I featured in my last video. So I talk about how I would brew that as a pour over in another video that I'll link. So into the portafilter, bam, just like that. Then I use this sort of funnel to help me as I WDT my coffee grounds. So this just allows me to distribute my coffee better, to make sure that the flow is even all throughout the coffee puck, so I can get that tasty shot. I'm going to remove this just to show you that it's nice and even. See over there? And I'm going to give it a bit of leveling. So I have this Normcore distributor use. It's quite cheap and nice, and it does the job, so why not? It makes your tamping much easier. You can see over here. I'm going to tap this right now. Not too much pressure. You don't need too much force to tap down. This is the decent tamper. It's spring loaded, so I don't over tamp, but even if you over tamp, it's fine. There's only so much force you can apply on the puck to make it too resistant to water. So I've tamped. I use this Flair puck screen, very important, especially in terms of the workflow. There are times when I actually forget to put the puck screen, and I'd be able to still pull out tasty shots. The problem is taking this portafilter off of the Flair afterwards. The cleanup is just a nightmare without the puck screen, so highly recommend you get it anyway with the Flair, so it's quite nice. So this is all heated up. Just load that in. And yeah, I'm gonna use these espresso shot glasses. They're by Fellow. They're really cute and nice, and ceramic really, in my opinion, gives you a better drinking experience in general. So I'm gonna turn this on and pour in my hot water. So the act of pulling up this lever allows me to vacuum sort of the water in on top of the puck. So you can imagine the puck is getting wet right now. Okay, now I'm just trying to reach about 2 to 3 bars of pressure just to saturate the puck with water before I begin to push it all the way. And I'm gonna leave it there for about 10 seconds just to really make sure that the entire cup gets wet. I'm gonna time that now. It's a bit of dripping, that's okay, it doesn't really matter. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now all the way to 9 bars. You can hear that, it's quite nice. But this is the problem with a manual lever espresso. You just have to have enough leverage to push down 9 bars constantly, which you get used to over time. You come up with techniques to do this. As you can see, I'm shaking quite a bit. Okay, 43 grams in 37 seconds, considering that I pre-infused for about 10 seconds, so just quite nice. I'm gonna switch this out for this and drain all the water out. And turn off the flare. So the shot looks really nice and tasty. I'm gonna give it a bit of a swirl before I begin tasting. As soon as I get my hands on a teaspoon. Just a bit of a swirl back and forth. See me mixing the crema. It's all over the spoon now. Nice thing about crema is that it gives you the impression that it has quite a bit of milk or something quite dairy or oily inside it, which gives you a nice mouthfeel and adds to the experience of drinking an espresso. Very chocolatey. The difference between profiles of an espresso and filter can be night and day. They do sort of reflect each other's taste profiles. But there are days where I just enjoy drinking something like this. I wouldn't drink it all in one go. There are times when I have, but you know, it's just nice to sip once in a while. To have something with a burst of flavor in your mouth. I always tell people to sort of let it swirl around your mouth before you even swallow it, because what happens is the saliva dilutes it and helps you sort of taste the flavors much more. Sort of how like you would add a dash of water to whiskey, so that the alcohol content goes down and allows you to sort of taste the whiskey much better. Not that I am a whiskey guy, but this is what I hear. So I'm not done with this. I'm still enjoying it, but afterwards I will just drain out the excess water. I usually leave it out like this overnight even. It's no problem. This is a very sturdy machine, and I haven't really had problems with it over time. So I'm just draining out the water until air starts getting pushed through. I can hear the hissing, the bubbles that are coming off. And what you end up with is a nice dry puck. Falls off quite easily, and you can simply throw the coffee out just like that. Give it a bit of a rinse. And there. So, thanks for watching. I hope that was interesting or fun. Maybe I'll have something a bit more curated and planned out next week, but that's how I make my espressos in the morning, in some afternoons, usually in the morning. I do like having, because I work out in the morning, so I don't like having so much liquid in my system before I work out that I feel bloated, so a nice quick espresso does the job in the morning, gives me the wake up and energy to work out as well. So yeah, it's quite nice. Really convenient and a nice hobby to have. So that's it. Maybe next time I'll brew this. So this is coffee. It's a free sample that I got from this magazine called Standard, which I actually have over here. So this is Standard. I didn't get this for free. They actually have a promotion now where you only have to pay for the shipping costs, and they give you the magazine, they give you the free coffee. It's a magazine about coffee culture, coffee and society, and just coffee itself. But really, I think one of the big benefits of reading and subscribing to Standard is the coffee that they give. This is from the barn in Berlin. I've tried half of it already. It's really quite interesting and nice. And it's just one of the nice things about being into coffee is just having a taste of coffee brewed and made in many other different cafes in the world. So you get to taste what kind of coffee people in other parts of the world like. Although I do have to say that people who generally are into specialty coffee do have overlapping taste preferences, so to say. So maybe that for next week, maybe something entirely different. Do let me know if you kind of like these kinds of vlogs. Bit more casual, so yeah. And just to let you know, I'm always wearing a black shirt, so this is a completely separate day. So, alright, cheers. See you in the next one.